I'm great, and it's really an honor to join you today, Dominic.
Amazing to have you here with us. Just jump into the topic as we have a lot of people are watching us today. So probably we dive in and start with a general question, and we talk about continuing education, and naturally we want to talk about gamification and gamified training here at the European Audit Championship now. So what would you think, would that become a bigger topic for us in the future, as in this special case games have the possibility to already practice in scenarios and things like that?
I think it absolutely would, and I commend you and the other organizers of this phenomenal competition, because when we start to talk about some of the skills that I've been alluding to, they're not skills that are necessarily taught to us in academics. They're not skills in many cases that we pick up through the routine responsibilities of internal audit, but they are the kind of skills that we could acquire if the motivation is there and the opportunity to practice and hone those skills in a less intense environment than in real life. So that's why I think the gamified training is such a great way to impart new skills, new abilities, new traits, new characteristics for internal auditors, is that they have the opportunity to do this in a non-threatening competitive situation.
Amazing, amazing. And as far as I know, also in several other positions you have had, you already were thinking about different games or gamified trainings. So if we look a little bit ahead, and you have seen so much as CEO and president of the IAA, would you enjoy yourself doing serious business games?
Oh, I think it would be so much fun. It would be it would tap sort of an inner competitive spirit, because you're going to have the opportunity to work alongside and compete with others in a very positive, collaborative way. I think it's also a great way, as I said a minute ago, for internal auditors or anyone who is involved in the gamification training. It's a great way to learn new skills and to hone the existing skills that you have.
Sounds really great. And there is so much positive energy currently of the different participants of the different countries, and people push that themselves with films and LinkedIn. So probably, what do you think is the great motivating aspect of that audit championship, people competing with other?
I think there's a great deal of, while the IIA is a global profession and we always advocate that, it's also, we live in a world where there's tremendous national pride. We see competition in so many different ways. We have the Olympics, we have the FIFA World Cup, even your Eurovision competition. It always taps that nationalist competitive kind of spirit, and that's a good thing. If it's channeled in a positive direction, it can be a very good thing. It creates pride, and it also serves as a motivator.
Sounds really great. And if we think about that often as we and you are communicating for the reputation of internal audit in our profession, I think one large task is, as you were talking about talents, to get younger people fascinated by our internal audit profession. Often they got a lot of contact probably to external audit, but less on internal audit side. And could you imagine, because we are now entering a new dimension probably, this event, the grand final, will be streamed on YouTube, so everybody who has a mobile can join us. So would you think about that that could help us to distribute our internal audit profession and innovation and reputation for younger people to attract?
I think it absolutely could. And while I talked about that, the approach that's being taken also taps into the sort of the nationalist competitive spirit of internal auditors around the world. I think it also serves to create a stronger bond between the profession globally, because suddenly young people and even more seasoned internal auditors will realize that they're not that different from others around the world. I recall when I was working a number of years ago for PwC, and I was doing some work there in Germany, in your home country. I remember how inspired I was when I walked into the internal audit department and they had the IIA standards on the bookshelf, because I thought, no matter where I go in the world, and I've been in 85 countries as the president and CEO of the IIA when I was in that role, I would always find the influence of the IIA and the recognition that we are a profession with a common set of standards and common approaches to solving challenges. And I think the approach that you've developed is going to cement that even further.
Amazing. We hope really to attract also younger people and keep our reputation as internal audit profession on a high level and innovation here. And to connect this and look a little bit ahead for 2022 and probably for 2023, we are currently developing ideas and plans with the IAA global teams together, as there is, as we have seen in social media and other LinkedIn topics, already a pull from countries of Latin America, Asia Pacific, or Africa, and we will see the All-Canadian Audit Championship in January next year. So probably, would you support a World Audit Championship? Would that be a great scenario for us as internal audit profession?
I think it's the natural extension of what you're doing. I think creating the European Championship was a great first step, but I think ultimately having regional championships and then somehow some single global event, I think that would be tremendous for the profession of internal audit and for all the men and women who have an opportunity to compete and participate.
It's such a pleasure to have you here with us, Richard. And just to give probably one key message at the final part of our interview together, as the people are watching us for the European Audit Championship.
Well, I have a strong belief that you should never stop learning. There should always be a thirst and a quest to learn. And, I've been in this profession for 46 years, and yet I think there are so many things that I don't know and I don't understand as well as I should. And so I still consider myself a student, even at this point in my career. So I would leave this message with everyone. We've talked about young people in competition, but I think we should all be ready, willing, and able to step up and learn more. And I think your program is going to help us to do that as a profession.
Thank you so much. I appreciate a lot that you have been able to be with us here today as for the grand final of the European Audit Championship. And thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you, Dominic. It's a great honor, and I look forward to watching the finals.
Amazing.